Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Monday, December 26th, 2022. And fortunately, my internet is working again. So I'm very happy that we're going to do an in-depth planetary puja today using the chart of now, based on my current location in the state of New Mexico in the United States. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center priestess and teacher and an AstroVed astrologer, and very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this particular channel. Dr. Pillai has explained to us that the planets and the stars are more than just objects in outer space. There's also a divine light being associated with all of them. And in doing this puja, we are connecting with those light beings and inviting their positive blessings to flow into us and into our world. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. I've drawn the chart in chalk on a chalkboard on a side table. And in order to do the puja, I also have a container of water. I have a lit tea light. I have an incense stick, I have a bell, and I have a bowl of flowers, flower petals, and I also have a tangerine to offer during the puja. To start the puja, I start with the water, and I dip my right hand into the water, and a few times sprinkle water on all four sides of the blackboard chart, sprinkle some water on top of my own head for purification, and send a few drops of water out into space towards all of you, so that whether you're watching it live or watching it later on a replay, we are all symbolically purified with the water. Next, I'm going to invoke Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles. Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang. I ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja and to help us to be able to do this puja with a calm mind. And I thank him for his help with this. Next, I do a short Tamil chant asking all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us. Ahasura Nalla Nalla Ave Nalla Nalla Atiyar Arvarku Mikave Asura Nalla Nalla Ave Nalla Nalla Atiyar Arvarku Mikave Asura Nalla Nalla Ave Nalla Nalla Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank Saint Gnanasamudra for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we honor the various time elements that are active at the moment in my location. We start with the planet that's ruling the day, which is the moon. The moon rules Monday. I'm going to take a flower petal, and when I say Namaha, I'll put the flower petal on top of the moon. Flowers have great purity. They have so much purity that when we hold a flower or a flower petal in our hand as we do a mantra or a prayer, the purity of that flower takes that right directly into the Akash, or the space element, and updates our Akashic record directly. We're grateful to the flower petals for their help. Right now, I'm going to put the flower petals on top of the moon for being the planet that rules the day. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Next, I'm also going to honor Rahu, as Dr. Pillai associates Rahu with Monday as well. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now I honor the star that the moon is in. The moment the moon is in a star called Dhanishta, a star of prosperity, music, good reputation. I put the flower petals on the moon as we ask for blessings from this star. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Next, we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. The moment in my area, we are in the fourth waxing moon, called Chaturthi in Sanskrit. Dr. Pillai said we would use the Sanskrit name of the moon phase, followed by the word Devi, which is invoking the light being associated with that moon phase. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chaturthi Devye Namaha. Om Chaturthi Devye Namaha. Om Chaturthi Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. In my local area, that is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we invoke the yoga and the karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these time elements, we would not use flower petals. We would say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Harshana, which has energies that are joyous. Harshana, Harshana, Harshana. And the karana that's active right now is one called Vishti, which has energies that are inefficient. Vishti, Vishti, Vishti. Now, we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said we would always begin with looking for the ascendant sign, shown here with the letters AC. This is the sign coming up on the eastern horizon in my local area. This is the sign of Dhanus, or Sagittarius. He said we would start with honoring the planet that rules the ascendant sign as a gesture for its importance at the moment. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. I'm going to put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now, starting in the ascendant of Sagittarius, we're going to go around and honor all of the planets. We're starting with the planets that are in the ascendant sign. Today in Sagittarius, we have the Sun, we have Venus, and we have Mercury. I start with honoring the Sun and put flower petals on him. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The Sun is in a star called Mula, a star symbolized as tied up roots, a star that helps us to get things in our life on a good foundation, to get to the root of the matter. We put the flower petals on the sun as we honor the star. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Mula star is ruled by a goddess called Nritti. She's a smoky goddess of transformational change. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Nritye Namaha. Om Nritye Namaha. Om Nritye Namaha. Mula star is ruled by Ketu. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Now we honor Venus for being in Sagittarius. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus is in a star called Purva Ashada. This is a star that helps us to have the discernment for knowing what's right for us, what's wrong for us. We ask for blessings from this star, and I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Purva Ashada star is ruled by Appas. This is a goddess who's a deified form of water. She gives blessings for purification. We honor her, and I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Appasye Namaha. Om Appasye Namaha. Om Appasye Namaha. Purvashada star is ruled by Venus. I put more flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor Mercury for being in Sagittarius. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Mercury is in a star called Uttara Ashada. This is a star that gives blessings that are long-lasting. We ask for blessings from this star, and I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Uttarshadaye Namaha. Om Uttarshadaye Namaha. Om Uttarshadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Danas or Sagittarius, the most idealistic and noble-minded of all the zodiac signs, today containing the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet that helps with health and self-esteem. Venus, planet of happiness, planet of joy, enjoyment of material plane comforts and beauty. And Mercury, planet of communication, planet of business, and also a planet that helps us with our sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it going in a clockwise direction around the chart is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto, the moon, and Saturn. We start with honoring Pluto. I put the flower petals on him. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is an Uttarashada star. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The moon and Saturn are both in the same star, so we will honor both the planets before we invoke the star. I start with the moon and put flower petals on him. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Next, we honor Saturn for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on him. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Both the moon and Saturn are in a star called Dhanishta. This is a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. We ask this star to bless us, and I put the flower petals across the moon and Saturn. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We ask for blessings from all 8 of them, and I put the flower petals across the moon and Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that helps with rationality and science, the moon, which is our mind and our emotions, and helps us with our intuition and sensitivity and receptivity to light, and Saturn, planet of patience, endurance, perseverance, structure, and compassion. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Neptune. We honor Neptune, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purva Bhadrapada. This is a star, Dr. Pillai says, that can help with work and charity. It's also a star that can help with purification. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us to experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. I put the flower petals on Neptune, and we ask for blessings from Aja Ekapada. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that helps us with our intuition, and also a planet that helps us to understand our own inner life. I put the flower petals. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Uttara Bhadrapada. This is a star that can help us with business development, according to Dr. Pillai. We ask for improvements in business development for all of us. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Ayarbundya, an archetype who can help to guard treasures and valuables. We ask him to guard our treasures and our valuables, including our treasure that is the earth itself. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the zodiac sign that is the most transcendental and metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, a planet who helps us with everything related to spirituality, and also a planet that can help with wealth and everything related to banking or legal matters. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and also Uranus, who is retrograde. Both of these planets are in the same star, so we will honor both the planets before we invoke the star. I start with Rahu and put flower petals on him. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we invoke Uranus, who is retrograde and extra powerful. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Rahu and Uranus are both in a star called Bharani. This is a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or power or energy. We ask for blessings from this star. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. We ask for justice for everyone on this planet. And I put the flower petals across Rahu and Uranus. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energy, today containing Rahu, a planet that can help us to think outside the box and also help us to make friends with new technologies. And Uranus, a planet that can help with success in life, higher intelligence, and also astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars, who is retrograde and extra powerful. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Rohini, a star of prosperity, beauty, creativity. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Rohiniye Namaha. Om Rohiniye Namaha. Om Rohiniye Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by Brahma, an archetype of creativity and creation. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies and a great love of luxury and comforts. Today, containing Mars, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems that can be solved, a planet that helps us to have the courage to stick up for our beliefs. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star symbolized as young shoots of plants blowing in the wind. Swati is a star that Dr. Pillai says can give divine blessings. We honor the star, and I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, the archetype who rules the wind and the air element, and he also is the father of Hanuman. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign with energy for balance, fairness, integrity, and harmony. Today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the blackboard that has the chart drawn on it and the many little piles of flower petals. And in the air, I circle it above the chart in a clockwise direction 3 times, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Now, I take a lit incense stick and offer the air element and a sweet fragrance. And I pass the incense stick above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering this to all the divine beings that we have just invoked. And now I ring a bell, offering the element of sound. Now I take a little tangerine to offer a piece of fruit symbolizing the earth element, and I pass that above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Later in the day, I'll eat the tangerine as a piece of prasad or blessed food. Now I make prayer hands and make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them to send their positive blessings into the lives of all of us, our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for a minute. And then if you have questions, you can post them in the chat. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for joining us. Again, I apologize for the issues last week with the internet, but very happy to have the technology working again here. If you have questions, you're welcome to post them in the chat, and I will do my best to try to answer them. I hope you all had a very happy Christmas, and I hope that you are enjoying this holiday season with the lead up now to the New Year's festival coming up in many places. So hope you are getting to enjoy some time with family and friends. And it was lovely yesterday to have Dr. Pillai give a talk on Pillai Center channel, and Padmaji did a puja on Pillai Center practice channel, and there was also a fire lab on Pillai Center practice channel. So it was lovely to be spending time with the spiritual community in that way. Okay, checking the chat, not seeing any questions today, which is fine. I always want to be respectful to your time. So if there are no questions today, I will go ahead and close out our session for today. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all. We do appreciate it when you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Namaste.